We are halfway into 2026, and you are going to be missing out if you do not steal this Klaviyo and Instagram funnel that directly pulls email subscribers out of your Instagram traffic. This video is very useful to people who are already bringing in Instagram traffic, but it is especially useful to people who want to know more about the welcome automation that you should be setting out, because this Instagram feature is just an add-on to the important part of this video, which I'm going to be breaking down here. My name is Isa, and I literally do retention all day, specializing in email and SMS. And I've worked with 5 to 7 figure brands, building out systems that directly increase lifetime value and encourage first and second purchases. Nonetheless, I'm going to show you exactly how you can apply this funnel directly into your Klaviyo account and why most brands haven't even caught on to this yet. So Klaviyo actually rolled this feature out about a month ago. It's called social marketing. And it basically allows you to do the auto reply feature. If you guys have heard of ManyChat before, it's basically that, except remove the middleman, right? This literally connects straight to your email list, and you could collect intent straight through your DMs, which I'm going to get into in this video. Gatsby was acquired back in August, so Klaviyo just rolled out this feature. So this is actually kind of game changing for brands that are already bringing in Instagram traffic. Over to Klaviyo, you can see right here the social dropdown. You could see auto replies and social content. Auto replies is for the building of the auto reply. So you attach the keyword and then the messages that you send right after, as you can see right here in this little preview. And the social content is the submissions that you've made to activate that keyword. Let's say you post a reel or you put in your bio the keyword itself, it'll catch it through the social content library, but that has to be after you've built the actual auto reply. So I'm going to show you the exact way that you could build the auto reply, exactly how you could do it, and what automation that you should have following the auto reply.
So before I go and build this out, I'm just going to let you guys know that this is absolutely free for the first 2 weeks on a trial. And I suggest you just tweak around and find out what it's all about. But to set this up, all you've got to do is hit the social dropdown, hit auto replies, and create a new auto reply. Then it's going to prompt you to log into Facebook. I already logged in, but I ran into a bigger hurdle regarding the Facebook page and creating it. If you already have one, that's great, but it's super simple to set up and it can be done on your mobile app.
So on the Instagram app, you just have to make sure that your account is a business profile, and you're just going to edit the profile and scroll down to Facebook and hit continue. Once you do, it's going to prompt you to log into Facebook. And in this case, I already logged in, so I continued. And it's going to tell you to create a new page, or you have an existing one. Realistically, in this case, you could just name a new page and make one, and pick any category that describes your brand. And that's literally all you've got to do to connect a Facebook page and make this thing up and running. So once you've linked your Facebook page and you've created an auto reply, you're going to see a builder that looks exactly like this. You're going to see the connected account at the top, and then the auto reply name. For your own reference, it's basically just the name of the campaign. The first important thing that you're going to want to know is to select both direct message and comment, because you're going to want to account for all people who are direct messaging and all people who are commenting. You can't leave any of them in the dust. So once you check both of those, it's going to ask you for your keywords. The keywords is, in this case, swap, but whatever keyword you want, you could choose. Realistically, it just has to reciprocate exactly what you've been conveying in your Instagram content, and has to match your brand. We have to send them emails that match the brand's identity from the top of the funnel to the bottom of the funnel. So once you have your keyword on lock, you're going to want to focus on the primary messages. So this is the first message that the customer sees when they opt in for this, or if they DM you or comment. You're going to want to hit advanced, because what's simple is just a text. It realistically is up to you depending on what your brand is. But in my case, we're going to use advanced, and we're going to have a header. So the header is going to look something like this. It's halftime, time to hit the swap. The message is going to look something like drop your email and we'll put your gift in motion, which is basically incentivizing the gift itself. So once they've dropped the email example at example, we're going to ask them a simple custom question, which is just going to be a quick reply. And it's going to say, what are you trying to swap out? So the profile property, you're going to select unique ID. This is where the actual work comes in, because we're going to collect profile properties based on their response. And then once we get the response, it's going to link to their exact email in their profile, and we're going to send them a relevant message based on what they've responded to. So option 1, caffeine, we've had the value as focus, which is the profile filter. Option 2, alcohol, we're going to swap that out. It's wind down. Option 3, sugar, and then the value is reset. Label is all of it, value is all. So basically these are the 4 profile filters that we have for the 4 type of profiles that we're going to be collecting. So let's say someone picked caffeine, they get the confirmation message, which is, I recommend an image at the end or like something of free value in the image. And then it says something like, awesome, claim your free gift, messages, check your inbox. Realistically, I would suggest putting the code in the DM, but since they haven't even seen your landing page yet, I recommend just putting check your inbox in this case. Your landing page, I recommend putting the discount there, but in a DM, it's kind of more get them off the app into their email. So just say check your inbox for the code or the gift. So fallback messages, in this case, I see fallback messages as follow-ups. Okay, so an invalid response would be if someone submitted something other than their email or whatever they were supposed to, then they would get a message like, that's not a button, maybe something humorous, that's not a button, tap 1 to get your free gift. And then a final fallback would be if someone put in an invalid response 3 times, or if it's been a specific amount of time, which I would still say as a follow-up. And then the message would be something like, let's swap it out later then, just like literally no commitment at all, whenever you're ready. So additional filters, I would just have those off. So once that auto reply has been created, you're going to want to make the automation that follows up right after it. Since you've been collecting those 4 profile filters, you're going to be creating a welcome automation based off of those 4 responses. So it was caffeine, alcohol, sugar, and all, which is a variety email. You should be using this automation regardless of if you're using Instagram to collect these emails. It should be an automation that you could be sending directly from your landing page when someone opts in. But this is what actually converts in 2026. So the trigger is going to be when someone is added to swap, which is that list that we've created for the auto reply. And the profile filters are going to be something like person can receive email marketing because they subscribed, and placed order 0 times overall time. Reason why is because we're sending them an email for the first time, and then they've bounced an email 0 times in the last 30 days. We send a universal welcome plus code to every single person. After that, we wait 2 days, time delay, and then we have a conditional split where if they've opened that email or not. So if they've opened this email, they either get a resend if they didn't, or they just move on to the second part of the flow, which is a time delay, and then it reads their profile filter. So if their profile filter was focus, which in this case was caffeine, they get sent the focus email, and then 3 days later, they get the final note. You can make your welcome flows longer, but since this is the first touch and the customer sees your brand for the first time, we recommend keeping it short. So you send them that caffeine email, and if they weren't under that caffeine segment, then they are read for the wind down segment, which was alcohol. And if they were, they get the email wind down, same thing, final note. If they weren't, etc., they get the reset email. So if they pick sugar, they get the sugar email, and then wait 3 days, they get the final note. I'm going to break down exactly how to make this type of flow in another video, but you should be using this exact flow right after someone opts in through your DM or even your landing page. So to break it down for simplicity's sake, you either have the keyword in your Instagram reel or your bio. It has to be placed after you've created the auto reply. Otherwise, it won't count as a submission under the social content. Once the caption asks for whatever keyword it is, people either comment or they DM, and then they get a auto reply DM. So once the auto reply goes through, like I showed, they get the email captured, and then they are asked the intent question, and then they are put in a profile property. Once they subscribe to the list, they're either in those 4 properties, which is the focus, the wind down, the reset, the variety. and they are sent emails based off of each and every single one of these categories, whether it's relevant or not to them. Let me know in the comments if you're having trouble with anything, or simply book a call if you want this done right, and stay tuned for more videos.